So there's 5 points on your body that are good to just look at when you're doing exercises to create proper alignment. And also, if you do a lot of your motions and exercises improperly, you could create muscle imbalances, which over time will exaggerate, and then you could, get knee injuries and a lot of different things. So it's a way to check yourself when you're doing each exercise to make sure that you're in the optimum position and that your muscles won't start to get bigger on one end but not on the other. So Melba's going to do the chest press, and if you can see, her hands are a little bit lower than her shoulders, so the seat's kind of high. So there's an adjustment down there to pull up the yellow, bring your seat down. And there's 5 kinetic chain checkpoints that you want to look for whenever you're doing an exercise. And the first one's the chin. You want to make sure that it's tucked in, so chin in and not jutting out, but you can look forward. And then you want to drop your shoulders. You don't want them to be all hunched up whenever you're doing exercises. And the most important one is your back. And lots of people tend to arch their back, so you want to make sure that your stomach comes in and there's not very much space between your back and the seat. And then the last 2 are your knees, and they just need to be straight, not caved in and not out, and toes pointed straight forward, and about hip width apart. Perfect. And then just push out. That was perfect. So a lot of you probably have one of these balls at home, and maybe some of you use them at your desk to sit on instead of a chair. It's something that it's great for core and balancing and stabilization if you do it properly. And the most important thing is your stomach. So you want to make sure that you press your stomach into your spine and that it's not arching. So if you feel any pressure on your lower back, you need to push in to flatten out your stomach. And then sit up straight with your shoulders back and relax and chin up. So if you are sitting at a computer, make sure your shoulders are not hunched forward and you just want to keep them nice and relaxed but in proper alignment. Okay, the last thing Melba is going to do for us is a squat. And we're going to check the 5 kinetic chain checkpoints again before she does it, and just a reminder so that she does it optimally and she won't end up injuring herself. So first thing is just chin in and not jutting out. You can look straight up, and then relax your shoulders and bring them back a little bit. And your hips, or your feet, are going to be hip width apart, toes pointed straight forward. So if you do all your squats with your toes pointed out, you're going to create muscle imbalances in your legs, and that's going to start pulling on your knees and you'll have some knee pain. So always check your toes and wait on your heels as you come down and sit on your chair.
Okay. Do it again.
Good. This is good because her knees are not coming past her toes, so that won't create any pressure on her knees. And you can go as low as you feel comfortable. If it's starting to strain, you can just go a little bit less low. On your heels, hip width apart, and just slowly sit down. There, that was perfect. And make sure that your stomach is in and you don't arch your back at all.
And how many of these would you want her to do?
Since it's her first time, try 10 and then see how she feels, and then do 10 more after she takes a break. And we can always adjust it. You can use a ball to get the proper alignment also. And that's helpful to get the positioning right before you do it without any support on your back.
Okay. Great. How do you feel about that so far?
Pretty good. Easy.
Yeah?
Easier than